Mike Tirico and Greg Olson in the booth. Riley Patterson on the field gets this thing going. And off we go from South Florida. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. So here come the Bengals. And Greg, there is no denying the talent of this man. Joe Burrow led the league in passing yards and touchdowns a season ago.
There's just certain guys, Mike, when they take the field and they step into the huddle, the other 10 players, they just take a little bit of a deeper breath. They're like, man, I'm glad this guy is on our side, and he's certainly one of them. He just brings an element of confidence to everybody else around him, not only in the huddle.
Oh, right at the outset, he lost the football. And the Dolphins come up with the turnover.
And with all this talk about ball security, I can tell you firsthand, Mike, a lot of it just becomes mental. It's like the more you think about it, the more you stress it in practice, it almost gets worse. It's one of those things that when it starts to spiral, it's just hard to pull yourself out.
The Miami offense set to go, led by 27-year-old Tua Tagovailoa. Greg, hard to believe, 6th season as the Dolphins quarterback.
I don't know if you saw it, Mike, but as the quarterback was taking the field, he took an extra couple seconds to thank his defense as they made their way to the sideline. Not only giving him the ball, but giving him the ball on what is a short field. Now, can he lead this offense and take advantage of the takeaway? You get a gift to start the game. Now you got to come away with points, and ideally, you want to come away with a touchdown.
And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. A pickup of 12 yards. Good for a Dolphins first down.
Well, we knew coming into this one, Mike, that we were going to see a lot of this guy, and we knew we'd see a lot of him early. And if that first play is any indication of the rest of this game, this defense is going to have their hands full containing him.
Man in motion here is Washington. Once again, it's Achane. And this time they are ready for it. Thrown for a loss. And it's second down.
The back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
A shotgun snap for Tua. And he's going to be taken down back at the 20-yard line.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position, but with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6, but after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, here's Tua. And he'll throw this one away. Incomplete. Receivers blanking it everywhere he looks. To bring up a 4th down.
And I think this is just a really good quarterback play. You understand you got 3 points in your pocket. Don't try to be a hero on 3rd down and make the perfect pass. Throw it away, and at the end, just come away with points on this drive.
Patterson's kick is good. And the Dolphins will take a 3-0 lead.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
So after the field goal to open up the scoring, the kicker's back out for this kickoff. From the 6, here comes a return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bengals offense and running back Chase Brown headed back onto the field. They fumbled it away on that opening possession. Fortunate, it only led to a field goal, so they're in a 3-0 hole as they start this drive. 1st and 10. They go play action for Burrow. Open man, downfield, Chase has it. And he's going to take this one all the way. 71 yards. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back, even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan. Everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Evan McPherson now to kick the extra point. It's up and through. And the Bengals move out to a 7-3 lead.
Dolphins 3.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. On the return, Malik Washington. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And he's got some space. Up past the 30 to about the 32-yard line. A pickup of 7.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 32-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2. They'll stay on the ground with Achane. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A gain there of 10 yards. 1st down, Miami.
1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And
he is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. They'll bring Waller in motion here. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He gets it to the rangy tight end, Waller. And he'll get about 3 here on 2nd down before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 9.
It is 3rd and 10. Throwing is Tua. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
So anytime you find yourself in 3rd and long, it's hard to really be unpredictable as a play caller because the defense knows it's most likely going to be a pass. They understand where the down and distance markers are, and there's really nowhere for him to go with the ball, and he has to throw it away.
A fair catch called for and made just beyond their own 50. Heading out now, the Cincinnati offense looking to get set to take over once more. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. first run of the game here for Chase Brown. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
Brought down at the 23-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 4. No run here with Brown. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup to the 24. It was Tyrell Dodson that time on the tackle.
It's a gain of 2.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
He manages to get the throwaway and completes it. It's a gain of 19 in the air. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
That's good for a Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
A carry here for Brown. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Brought down right.
Not a great start by this running back here in the first half, Mike. He had a fumble earlier. Now he struggles just to get back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to have to get more out of this run game as the rest of this game moves along.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Working out of the gun, Burrow. He'll find Andre Yosibas. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
A gain of 7.
The key to good route running, Mike, is deceiving the man covering you into thinking you're doing one thing, and then you change it and do the other. And in this case, he had the defender thinking this was a vertical downfield route, and then next thing you know, he gets to his break point, he breaks in, and that ball's put right on the money for a big pickup.
Intended for Andre Yosibas.
But here we find the best laid plans sometimes do go astray. Every offense, Mike, what do they tell us? We want to stay ahead of the chains. We want to stay on schedule. This was a 3rd and very reasonable. Incomplete on that 3rd down try. Now brings up 4th and short.
So on 4th down, out is Ryan Rico to punt. Malik Washington deep for Miami. And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback, and will come out to the 20-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do. They'll do so with 1st and 10. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as he gets this one past the 30.
That's good for a Dolphins first down.
Well, really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
That keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
Now, this looks like a design run. They will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They pick him up and throw him down for a loss.
Some pretty good speed coming off the line there, and it helped him disrupt that draw. Well, I don't even think disrupting is the right word. He flat out stopped the draw, handing them a loss.
They'll bring Waller in motion here. Tua now on 3rd down. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front, because right now Their pass protection is breaking down, and his quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here's Jake Bailey now. And he's on to punt for the second time in this opening quarter. Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. Jamar Chase headed back out there along with the rest of his Bengal teammates. And he's had an early impact on this game. Sensational start, and you know they're going to be looking his way more as this game goes on. Now to throw on first down. While forward at Ryan Chop Robinson in there for the sack. It is a loss of 6 to begin the drive.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Back to throw, Burrow. He'll set up the screen to Brown. And that's a good gain there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that first down.
So often, sacks, especially on first down, can be drive killers. But their ability here to take this from second and long to third and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on third, don't be surprised if they go for it on fourth.
He's got a receiver. It's Chase. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
An 8-yard pickup.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
On the ground, it's Brown. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
So much of what makes a toss play so good is it allows you to get the ball on the perimeter of the defense really quickly, and it doesn't stress all of your backside blocking. But on the downside, it does get your running back running east and west. They're running sideways for the first couple steps, and with a defense that can run to the ball, they're able to get you down for a loss.
And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple, and it sets up third down.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. This one, deep downfield for Chase. He's got it! That long one's going to bring them first and goal. He is brought down at the 5-yard line.
That's good.
Burrow finds Chase for a big one. 53 yards.
And they decide to bring pressure here on third down, but he does a really nice job, remains calm under pressure. He ends up delivering a strike downfield and keeps the drive alive.
Throwing it over on him in a flash, and he lost the football. One of his teammates there to take it back in.
And they should consider themselves lucky. You can't let a pass rusher through that quickly and not expect there to be consequences. Fortunately, they're at least able to fall on it and prevent this from being a complete disaster.
They are very fortunate to get another shot at it. It is second down and goal. Moving left, and he's into the end zone. Joe Burrow, touchdown Cincinnati. that his second touchdown of the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
On is McPherson for the extra point. He's got it, and the Bengals extend their advantage to 14-3.
Bengals 14, Dolphins 3.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. Tua, give it to Achane. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Wide to Achane. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. So they'll talk over what to do on this 3rd down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Bengals on top. And we're back to South Florida after this. The Dolphins in possession of the football. We begin the 2nd quarter. They begin with a 3rd down and 3. Tua. This one pulled in by Westbrook-Ikhine. And he's going to be out of bounds after a pickup of about 4, but that is enough to keep the drive alive. 1st down.
This is a great example of where just having situational awareness is so critical in the huddle. When every one of those receivers, Mike, breaks the huddle and go line up, they've got to know where that 1st down marker is. If your route calls, get by it, secure the catch, and bring up a fresh set of downs.
And good hard running there. He'll push his way forward, gain of about 5.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the 2nd half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of 13. Good for a Dolphins 1st down.
We've seen this trend throughout the league, Mike. Offensively, everyone wants to have depth at the running back position. Yeah, it's great to have one guy, but if you could have 2 or 3 that could all come in and contribute on the ground, that's the goal, and we're seeing it here.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
Now it's Tua. That's complete. It's Jalen Waddle. And they'll take this down inside the 35. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
33-yard line.
In motion, it's Waddle. They'll fake the head. Now, Tua. That's taken in by Achane. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. It'll bring up second down.
Out of bounds at the 28-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up second and 5.
That one is complete, and he will get into the end zone. Nick Westbrook-Akine. Touchdown, Miami.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But if you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
Riley Patterson now to add the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Dolphins are back within 4. It is 14-10.
Dolphins 10.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. Charlie Jones now to return. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Jamar Chase headed back out there along with the rest of his Bengal teammates. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in the first half, it's resulted in a big play that is borne out by those eye-popping numbers. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 25-yard line.
From the 25, here's 2nd and 8. Here's Brown. Into the secondary, past the 40. And finally, they'll bring him down, but he's up beyond the 45-yard line. 22 yards, the pickup there. It's a Cincinnati first down.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw it quick, and he hit it. And next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Gesicki, the man in motion. To the middle of the field, that's taken in by Chase. And they'll take this down inside the 35. 19 more on that one, and another first down.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 5. To throw is Burrow. He'll look underneath here for Brown. And he'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Second down and 3. Burrow. He pulls it in around the 5. And he'll take this one in. Andre Yosifov. Touchdown, Bengals.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession, worked to perfection. And you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns. Man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
McPherson now for the PAT. The kick is good. And the Bengals are out to a 21-10 lead.
Dolphins 10.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Devon Achad ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a first down. A shotgun snap for Tua. This one run by Waller. And he's going to get this to the 37-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
We've really seen both teams have a lot of success moving the ball throughout this entire first half, and just seems this possession is going to be more of the same as they start this drive.
Here's a give to Achad. And the D closes quickly. He stopped after a gain of a yard. Eric Carter that time there to make the play.
Gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd and 8. Man in motion here is Washington. Look wide, get this one complete, and he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
Washington. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Third down, 3 to go. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He's got the hook up there to Waddle. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
That's good.
They get the conversion on third down. It was a gain of 27.
At the 28-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
It's second and 8.
Throwing is Tua. Oh, he couldn't set his feet, but he completes it anyway. And he is out of bounds at the 4-yard line. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
Gordon. And that play took a little long to develop. They stopped it for no gain at the 4.
So there's multiple factors, Mike, that make blitzes successful. So, of course, there's the initial design. Can you attack the vulnerabilities of the offense's blocking scheme? And then in this case, the next phase is the timing. You can see this linebacker knew exactly when that ball was going to be snapped. The offensive line had no chance to identify and pick him up.
Good blocking, and he's in. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Make no mistake about it, he may get the glory, but that does not happen without unbelievable blocking up front. So let's give the big guys all the credit in the world. He's able to displace the defense right there at the point of attack, and that's about as easy a goal line touchdown as you're going to see all year.
Patterson now to add the extra point. He's got it. And the Dolphins are back within 4. It's 21-17.
Dolphins 17.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And he has done everything you could ask of him coming into this one. He spread it around, hasn't taken many chances, and potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Now Brown. And he'll take this to about the 28. It was Tyrell Dodson that time on the tackle.
A gain of 2 brings up second and 8 at the 28-yard line.
Second down, 8 yards to go. Burrow fires quick to Higgins. He'll be out of bounds, but after picking up the first down on a gain of 7.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
That one finds Chase.
Burrow's pass complete to number 1, Jamar Chase. A 6-yard pickup brings up second and 4 at the 42-yard line.
From the 42-yard line, here's second and 4. I'll give on the ground. He's beyond midfield. And now he doesn't put it away, and the ball is out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down. And good work there to get the first down yardage, and maybe better fortune that they get the ball back and Greg retained possession.
Nice job by the back there, Mike. He's able to get the first down, and I know that's where his mind was, but he can't forget to protect the ball, and that's the utmost importance. And fortunately for him, in this case, the ball ends up going out of bounds.
Short one into the hands of Gesicki. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter. So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules, and the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop, and that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend.
So not quite first and goal. It's 1st and 10. They're pretty close. Working out of the gun, Burrow. He'll swing this one out to Brown. And the Bengals are going to have 1st and goal, trying to finish off this drive with a touchdown.
Complete to Chase Brown.
It's been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with 1st and goal, this defense certainly has their back against the ropes.
Well, here's the chance to cap off a great half. They have it 1st and goal. Burrow now. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down. Tyrell Dodson getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Now from the 7, it's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. That's hauled in at the 2. Now timeout Cincinnati. That's their 2nd, and it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half.
These are the worst. I had a couple years, Mike, where I swear I got tackled inside the 1-yard line 10 times, and then you look back and you're like, man, how many touchdowns did I leave on the board because I couldn't get one more yard? Now, for him individually, not ideal, but right now they're on the doorstep of the end zone, and they got to find a way to put that ball across the goal line.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Chase Brown, touchdown Cincinnati.
You know, he spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the 4th quarter in 2-minute mode. But let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
On is McPherson for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Bengals add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead.
17.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. And he will not attempt to return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
On first down, Tagovailoa. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. Now a timeout signal for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds until the break.
And that first down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
On first down, here's Tagovailoa to throw. This throw right side is caught by Hill. And the offense will elect to burn a timeout. 5 seconds remaining in this second quarter. Second and 5. Here's Tagovailoa. He'll take a shot here. Back of the end zone. That's in the end zone and intercepted. And nothing will come of this last-ditch attempt at some points. Time runs out in this first half.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thanks. No rest at the break for a couple of, I'm sure, weary defensive coordinators trying to figure out how to stop these offenses here in the second half. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. They'll get this up past the 20, and that's where they'll set up shop. The Dolphins offense going to have the first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. On the handoff, this is H.A. He'll have a Dolphins first down as he gets this one past the 30.
The ability to be effective on first down, Mike, it just makes everything else easier. In the event you do have to face a third down the road, they're usually a lot more manageable situations, a lot easier to convert.
Man in motion here is Washington. On the ground, here is H.A. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 14.
Good run after a good run. This one for 14 yards and another first down.
First and 10.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
It is caught. He doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. And fortunately, this is going to get out of bounds. So no turnover, and it's actually going to wind up a first down. Well, a big play there, and maybe a big break, too. The ball going out of bounds so they keep possession and keep a little bit of this momentum going, Greg.
We see this across the league so much now, Mike. Defenders are getting so good at ripping that ball out. Unfortunately for them, in this case, they got the ball out, but it ended up going out of bounds. The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
On the carry, it's Achane. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had 3rd and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
Two and out on first down. That is pulled in at the 5. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up first and goal.
And the Dolphins, first down. First and goal at the 5-yard line.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
This one caught at the 4. And he's in. Jalen Waddle. Touchdown, Miami. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
Now, here's the Dolphins and Tua going for 2.
The Dolphins are lining up for a 2-point conversion.
Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. The pressure got to him. He was hit as he threw it. It's incomplete, and they come up empty, trying for 2.
I don't mind the play call, but something you have to keep in mind, Mike, is when you decide to pass this close to the goal line, all of the space is the width of the field. There's not a lot of depth to the field. So that's why the timing, the anticipation, the accuracy of the quarterback, it all has to be on point. It wasn't on that last play, and that's why it ultimately failed.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Bengals offense and running back Chase Brown headed back onto the field. The lead is 5 as they're going to start with this first down. Drive will start on the ground. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 39-yard line. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half. And he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain.
Burrow here on second down. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down. Andre Yosivas was the intended receiver. And it's going to be third down. Now, Burrow. That's into the hands of Gesicki. He's got it. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
That's good.
It's a gain of 28 as they convert on third down.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
Having a tight end that can contribute in the passing game, Mike, I mean, it just seems like it's become more and more common throughout the entire league. And not only do you have to be reliable, but you have to be athletic enough after the catch to take advantage of some of these targets. So it's exactly what he does here, and you can tell why he's such a big part of this offense.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line.
15 more yards.
Give him 15 more on that one. They are on the move. It's a first down.
First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down. Well, the defense gets a rare win. We've seen this ball carrier have his way on the ground pretty much all day today, Mike, and give credit to the defense. They were able to get back in the backfield with some penetration and bring them down for a loss.
Second down, Burrow. Open left side is Gesicki.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
The tight end Fant in motion. Burrow from out of the gun here on third down. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Fourth down, and the Bengals will bring in Evan McPherson for the field goal try. Officially, this will be a 43-yarder. McPherson's kick is good. And the Bengals will extend their third quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. Washington now to return it. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Now, Tua and the Miami offense head out for their next possession. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with first and 10. In motion, it's Waddle. A run with the fullback, Ingle. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's second down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's second and 8 at the 28-yard line.
Off play action, it's Tua. He's got a receiver wide open, left side. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
And it really starts with the blitz pickup by the guys up front. I mean, the defense, they sold out. They're trying to get home. The offense is ready. They end up using their aggressiveness against them, and they pick up a nice gain through the air.
And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Second and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. That's caught on the right side by Waddle. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give them 12 on that one. They are on the march. Another first down.
Remember this one thing, Mike. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman, sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
To the goal line and in. Malik Washington. Touchdown, Dolphins.
This is a great example of a wide receiver who just truly understands the concept of spacing. When you're open, stay open. If you're not open, get open. And when you can do that and operate in the middle of the field, man, you are such a weapon and a reliable target for your quarterback. It's a great example of it here. He works to stay open, middle of the field, ball's on target. It's an easy touchdown.
Now, here's the Dolphins and Tua going for two.
The Dolphins are lining up for a two-point conversion.
In motion, Westbrook-Akine. Now Tua taps it forward, and he will get in for the two. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
Nothing fancy here. This was old school throwback smash mouth football, and they're able to pick up the two-point play.
So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. Now Burrow on the bootleg. Short throw caught by Sample. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
A gain of 2. brings up 2nd and 8 at the 26-yard line.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. Off the play fake. Here's Burrow. Catch left side is made by Higgins. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 73 yards. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
McPherson now for the PAT. It's up and good. And the Bengals will go up by 7.
Bengals 38, Dolphins 31.
After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Here's Eskridge now to return it. And he'll bring it out to the 22-yard line. That's where the offense will take the field. The Dolphins offense headed back to take over once more. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. A shotgun snap for Tua. That one down the field, but it is incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it'll bring up second down.
It's been a bit of a pedestrian game for this quarterback and ultimately this passing game here today, Mike, and I know they all would have loved to connect on that deep throw. I think that stat sheet would have looked a whole lot different, but just a little off in their execution and leads to an incompletion.
Flush to his right. And he's going to give himself up, but not before he picks up the first down.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for a Dolphins first down.
You know, Mike, I like everything about this play except the very end. You've already picked up good yardage. You've already picked up the first down. Now get down on the ground and protect yourself. There's no reason to take those shots.
They'll toss it here to Achane. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
Mike, typically speaking, the job of the defensive end on outside run plays is to set the edge of the defense, make everything try to cut back in. But in this case, he does a great job of actually stringing this play out sideways. He's able to bring the ball carrier down for a loss.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Oh, and this one's going to wind up incomplete. That's one you'd think he'd be able to corral. He can't find the handle, and it's going to lead to a third down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down with it.
Side, it's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That's well done as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
Well run with Achane. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
on the tackle.
The key to great defensive line play is the get-off. When that ball moves, how fast can you get off the ball and get into the backfield? That's exactly what we saw here. Quick read, react, get off the block, take him down for a loss.
Back to throw is Tua. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield. Joseph Osai getting in to drop him. It's a loss of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Defense came out in a soft zone, and I think it caught the quarterback a little off guard. He was trying to attack them downfield. By the time he was able to get through his progression to his check down, he ran out of time, and that's all the pass rush needed to get into the backfield and bring him down.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. Here's Tua, sending it deep for Waddle. That is brought in. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 45 yards.
Pretty easy to see why he continues to be a main focal point for this offense throughout the entire game. That play not only extends the drive, but now they find themselves in plus territory and hope to come away with some points.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this 3rd quarter of play. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Ball at the 3, 2nd down and goal. H.A. And he won't quite get in. Down to the 1, setting up 3rd and goal.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on 3rd and goal.
The fullback up the middle. Stops short of the goal line. No gain on the play. Brings up 4th and goal.
So here we go. Could be the play that ends up deciding this one. 4th down and goal. They'll try it now with H.A. And that's not going to work. The defense comes up with a 4th down, 4th quarter stand, and forces a turnover on downs.
And this is a tricky call for this coach. A field goal doesn't do you a lot of good, but a touchdown does. So I don't hate the call, but great job by this defense coming up with a stand and getting the ball back.
The Bengals offense and running back Chase Brown headed back onto the field. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. They'll run here with Brown. Loose past the 35. Down the sideline, past the 40. A terrific run. He's got this one down inside the 30-yard line. It's a big play when they needed it the most. That's a gain of 72 yards.
72 yards. 1st down, Bengals.
That's as dynamic a run as you're going to see. He gets really good initial blocking at the point of the tack. That springs him loose. But then it's just his speed and open field running that does the rest.
Burrow now to throw on first down. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
I don't think this lead is insurmountable by any means, Mike, but they're going to have to find a way to take advantage of some of these possessions as they try to close this game out.
A carry here for Brown. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's third down.
This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Working out of the gun, Burrow. Here's a shot toward the end zone. That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot. And now it is fourth down.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on third down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up fourth down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. Washington now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Dolphins offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Throwing is Tua. Looking underneath for Achane. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
It's a pickup of 6.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit. And give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back, allow him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
From the pistol, here's Achane. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
And after that negative run, I think this changes the play call now on third down. So this offensive line has to be a lot better on 1st and 2nd down to gain positive yards. Stay on track because you don't want to be in 3rd and pass too often in today's NFL.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
Punt team headed out for the Dolphins.
On
the return is Jones. And it'll be a good return. He's able to get it up past the 40-yard line. Out comes Joe Burrow and the Bengals offense to take over once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. first down. Burrow will set up the screen to Brown. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no gain.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league and results in a negative play.
Now a second down throw for Burrow. Passing right side, and Chase has it. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line.
That's good.
Burrow and his favorite target, Chase, for the Cincinnati first down.
40-yard line.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the fourth quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back. Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
From the shotgun, it's Burrow. And nice work there after the catch. He's a little short of the first down after a gain of 7. Now, after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. Now a 3rd and 2. On the ground, it's Brown. And he is going to have a Bengals first down by a couple of yards. They get 4 on that 3rd and 2.
And that's kind of a double whammy of sorts for this defense. Not only do you not get the 3rd down stop, but now this offense, Mike, they're able to bleed even more clock down with this fresh set of downs.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it. A gain of 16 yards. And the Bengals going to have a first down.
There's just so many ways this offense can beat you, Mike. He adds such a layer to this offense with their ability to use him as a design runner, and we can see there as he picks up the first down.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Here's Burrow. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up 2nd down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Handoff here, up the middle, trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
And that's not going to do it. They'll get about 3, but it's 4th and long coming up.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense. And that's exactly what they've been able to do.
So now they'll send out Evan McPherson for this field goal try. This, about as short as you can get. 3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Bengals will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
McPherson now, after making the field goal, is set to kick this one off. Here's Eskridge now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Dolphins offense and receiver Jalen Waddle getting ready to go back to work. Will try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. They'll bring Waller in motion here. Play action. Tagovailoa. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Brought down back at the 19-yard line.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
We got it.
Tua gonna throw. Over the middle, it's taken in by Waddle. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's gonna set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 11.
Here's Tagovailoa. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
Trailing late, they've got to go here. It's 4th down. In motion, it's Waddle. Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That one intercepted. Picked off by their rookie 2nd rounder. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
A 1st down throw for Burrow. This one complete to Higgins. And the Bengals are going to have it 1st and goal. He's taken down at about the 8-yard line.
That's good for a Bengals.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. Let's see if they can put this one out of reach.
It is brought in the end zone. Jamar Chase. Touchdown, Bengals. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
So now the Bengals and Burrow will come out and try to add 2.
The Bengals will line up for the...
They'll run for it with Brown. And he is not going to get in. Stopped on the try for 2. The lead remains right where it is. After the TD, on is McPherson to kick this one away. Washington now to return it. Now an opening past the 30. Good return here. Brings it up to the 33-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. In motion, Westbrook-Akine. Tua now on first down. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up second down.
And maybe a little more conservative approach following that interception on the last drive. With nobody open, instead of forcing it downfield, he just throws it away, and you can tell he's trying to avoid another costly mistake.
Now a screen set up for H-Check. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Anytime you have a running back like this, it's more about just how many ways can you get the ball in his hand. He's had a great game today so far on the ground. Now they're starting to find ways to get him the ball through the air, and that is a handful for any defense.
They'll try to sneak it here, and he is going to have the Dolphins first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker, and they convert on 3rd and inches.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
From the gun, here's Tua. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I can guarantee you that interception he threw on the previous drive, that's still in the back of his mind. You got to know when to take a chance, and you got to know when to just throw the ball away and live for the next down.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. To throw is Tua. To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And that'll go for a gain of 7, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Tua. Open man, left side. He's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
First and 10 at the 40.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Throwing again, it's Tua. He's got the tight end. That's Greg Dulcich. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 13 yards on that pass play. First down, Miami.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down. Tua to throw again. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected.
So often for a defense defending the passing game, the most difficult guy to account for is the running back out of the backfield. So a really nice job here bringing him down before he has a chance to pick up any yards after the catch.
2nd and 7. In motion, it's Waddle. To the air again, Tungo Bailoa. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw, and maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
That one incomplete. Coverage outstanding there. Able to jar the ball free in a big spot, and now it is fourth down.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
And that is not going to work. It is incomplete. They go for it on fourth and wind up turning it over on down.
Result of the play is
The Bengals offense back onto the field for their next possession. This one appears to be safe in hand. It has been a clinical performance to this point. Now they'll try to finish up strong. To get this ahead for a pickup of 5.
The Bengal ball carrier. The tackle made by Jordan Brooks. A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 21-yard line.
Here comes 2nd and 4. Here's Brown. And he's got a Bengals first down as the tackle is made at the 26-yard line.
On the play.
So this one in the win column for the Bengals. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.